That's
Right.
true.
It
Yeah.
is true.
You never know what's going to come out of
Instant
those.
bonding, and we've been pals ever since. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great. He'd make a good doctor. He would. He's got a gentle energy that isn't invasive.
Worked at it.
I know,
Has
I
been
can
a
tell.
serious spiritual practitioner for a long time. So.
It shows.
I've actually always been really good with energy work ever since I was little. But I feel things. I don't see things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's.
And my sister is also actually. She's an energy. She actually was trained as an occupational therapist, pediatric occupational
Oh,
therapist,
cool.
and she did that for. Still doing it, but she's been training in energy work over the last 25 years.
Okay.
So she does that mostly.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. I was thinking we could shift a little bit. These last questions don't follow quite the sequence that
Oh,
you're like
you want a
did,
sequence? Okay.
but,
My life doesn't follow one either,
it
so.
was an illusion of a sequence. But
That's,
these, have some common themes, but
Okay.
they're just things that I feel compelled to ask you.
Okay.
And the first one is if you could talk to us more about your basic view of life.
it's just all a big joke.
For
Don't
example,
take it serious.
what's happening to Mother Earth right now? And, I hate to have to identify with this, but how the white man in America and Europe is destroying
Yeah,
life on Earth.
you know.
The evidence that you might see, and also what we can and must do to live, somewhat safely and hopefully comfortably on the Earth with all that's coming at us right now.
Well, she's just
stuff
about
like
to
this.
purify.
Yeah.
She's on her way. You can see it happening. But one of the things that I've been told is to get away from the cities. Even towns, like the little Cave Junction town, it's not a good thing to be in the cities. And they said one reason is there's an electromagnetic cloud, or I guess it's electromagnetic cloud over all cities from all the equipment or things. And, if that ever ignites from a lightning strike or something, I don't know what would ignite it, but it would be like an atom bomb going off over that city.
Explosion.
Yeah. But that isn't why. But I do know that. I got that from the scientific world. But the old ones just say get away from the poison cities. The people, and I was shown dreams to show what will happen. The people kind of go crazy when some disaster happens, and you don't want to, they'll trample you. They're just kind of crazy.
Kill you. They'll
Yeah.
take whatever
Yeah, that's
they
true
need
too.
from you.
But in the panic part, the one dream I was there, I went with the crow medicine man that knew. I think he's the one that turned Stanley on to me in the first place, come to think of it. Frank Jukot. He took me and he showed me why I should not be in the cities. And we got in, it was in dream time, and we got to the city, and I was standing up against a building with him, and he said, just watch. And there were people, they were panicked, and they were leaving, they were running down the street. Something had happened. I don't know what, whether it's a gas leak or I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. But the thing that I saw was a little bitty baby in diapers, a toddler, just barely could walk, kept falling down and getting up. And there was no parent, there was no people. They were running over people, and the people didn't care. And this little baby was, crying and hysterical and trying to get somebody to pick it up, and kept falling down. And I was like, that baby, where's the parents of that baby? And he said, stop. Stop. I was in emotion that wouldn't quit. Had the baby not been there, I would have been able to maintain a little better. But the people would fall down, and people were tripping over them and stepping on them, and there was just no compassion for anybody. It was all every man for theirself, and I saw that en masse. I don't want to be around those kind of people that lose their minds when something happens. And so I started to go get that baby, and he stopped me. He said, you touch that, you're going to change. No, you are not allowed to interfere with anything. You're not here. So that he brought me back quick, because I was going to grab that baby and that's horrible. It still just raises all kinds of emotion in me just thinking about it. But that was one thing. I saw whole towns, towns. They were more like towns than cities. Just the earth opened up and they fell in, and there was landslides and small towns swallowed and or swept down, and tsunamis. And I was seeing all natural disasters. With Frank is the one that showed me that, and he said, "Now you know you're important for that time." So. And another man, Shoshone one. He lived in Nevada. He did the nuclear.
Rolling Thunder?
No, another one. He just passed away not too long ago. Corbin Harney.
Okay.
Corbin has he has a set of the stones. And I was there at his camp, and I said, you have stones. I have some stones too. And I told him about how many I had, and I said, you want to trade? I take your little pile and you can have mine? And he said, oh no. And I said, why do you only have a little and why do I have so many? And he said, maybe your job is bigger than mine. And so I had no idea what that meant, but he didn't go any further with it. And I don't know when he passed away, I don't know who's got the stones or whatever happened to them or anything, but he has a set too.
So in that respect, my sense is that your vision of what's happening through this time is quite consistent with everything that I've heard from the elders of all the nations.
Right.
It may not happen in the way that pop culture
Right.
advertises.
Exactly.
For example, the Maya 2012 stuff. There's a lot of people that are panicked that it's going to
They
be
want
the
to
end
be.
of the world.
They do not want to hear you, so don't bother to try and change it.
Right.
They're into the excitement of it.
Exactly.
The gloom and doom and excitement. I don't know.
But regardless of whether there's a specific date or not,
Right.
certainly there's plenty of evidence to suggest
Exactly.
that is happening at all levels.
And it's going to grow worse and worse as it goes.
Species extinction and the poisoning of the air and the poisoning with these chemtrails, the poisoning of the water, so that you have to use purifiers, etc., etc. And when all those elements that support the creation of life here are in jeopardy, then we're in jeopardy.
Yes,
so
we are.
What's your hopeful take on that? Do you have a optimistic take on that, other than get out of the cities and
stay out of the cities? I'm even nervous when I go in them now, thinking about that. I know nothing's going to happen, or I would be forewarned, but still I feel uncomfortable for any length of time. And that's why we have the lodge going up, because there will be things that we cannot deal with on a physical level. I did see, when Frank was dragging me around to show me the future, I saw Mount Rainier, Mount Hood, and Mount Shasta go up. Now, I don't know when, or if they all did it at the same time. I couldn't tell you. I just was shown that these, and maybe more will go, I don't know, but these are the three that I saw.
By go, do you mean erupt?
Erupt, yes. And I was warned also that there'll be ash as much as a mile deep. Okay, we can't live through that. There's no way we can survive in a mile deep ash. That's why we have the lodge. We'll go and come back when it's safe, whenever that is. How long it will take to flatten out a mile of ash so that we can come out, I don't know, but...
That sounds like a project.
Yes.
Particularly if there's nobody left around.
Yes.
So.
But there's a lot of me. I am not the only one that's planning to transport, by the way. I know it's happening. And I hate to talk about this. The growing food in your hand from a seed. All right, that's what I have to do during these times when we come back if there's nothing to eat. Everyone that goes into my lodge is asked to have a vial of fresh water, spring water, not from a tap, with nothing in it, just natural, and organic, traditional seeds, a vial of them. I can exchange for every seed, I'm told, I can exchange a full fruiting plant, and they'll have something to eat. And the reason for that is you've got a stash, somebody will take it away. If nobody else, the government will.
Yeah.
So they're not going to steal our seeds because they don't know you have them on you, but everyone is to come with seeds. Yeah. And so I was talking to, you met Oro in Ashland.
Who?
Oro, the Choctaw woman that was with me.
I love Oro. I was going to ask you about her.
Oh, she and Catherine got into a dispute. She got mad at me because I wouldn't take a side.
Yeah.
So now she's not my friend anymore.
Oh,
They get
really
into.
Liked Oro.
I love Oro,
Yeah.
but Catherine lives here, and Oro is they're two strong personalities, and they will not mix. They won't mix.
So, yeah.
I can't have both, and I didn't make the choice. The choice was made by Oro. It's like I'm out of here. Those two women have a very difficult time separating personal and emotional with medicine, and I don't, and I wouldn't get involved. So they took it personal. Both of them took it personal because I wouldn't take their side. I don't need to take a side. It's just emotional crap. So anyway, but Oro is the one that told me, don't quit acting stupid. She said, when I was over in Hawaii, I watched 12 women do exactly what you said. They took the seed and grew the plant, and in a ceremony that she was involved in. So she said, it's happening. You're not the only. Red Elk said to me, I was walking with a medicine woman. He didn't identify her. He knows her. And he said, I was walking and talking to her down the road, and we went past an orchard, and a small part of a branch had been broken off, and it was really very wilted. Mm-hmm. It was off an apple tree. And she picked it up. Had been run over and everything. It was just a sad little branch. And while they were walking down the road talking, he said that plant came alive. He saw the leaves come back to life and get normal, and the flower come on it, and in 15 minutes, she handed him an apple off that branch. So he said, you're not so special. It's okay.
Other people are manifesting.
Yes, so they are teaching, I'm not the only one. All right, that made me feel good. I wouldn't want to come back and be the only camp that survived with just a small group of nothing, people. Yeah. I mean, they're not doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs. They're just people, So what would you do with this world to start over? So, but
it's
that's...
a big question. It's a huge question.
And
an urgent one, presuming that these things do come to pass. And, the evidence that I'm seeing certainly is not one for, general optimism.
Right. I can purify and multiply water, they say. I haven't done that yet. Oh, I did that yet. The one man came when I was in Washington, and he asked me when we were... he studies all this stuff, and he came and found out that I could talk to water and make it pure. And also what I did was I changed it. And he's trying to convince me that this is normal and it's okay. And he said, he brought me a gallon of water. And he asked me if I would talk to the water and do what I do, whatever it is they instructed me to do for the future that I have to do with water. So I did. And he took it away. And he came back with a whole stack of papers that he wanted me to sign. And what he wanted to do was to bottle this water and sell it because I was one number off from, is it Hunza or Hunza?
Hunza.
Hunza water. Okay, I didn't have the something.
High Tibetan Plateau.
Okay, my water came in the lab the same as that, except I didn't have the residue or something.
Yeah, the Hunza are reputed to have the longest lifespan on the planet.
Oh, okay.
130 to 160 years. That's been documented.
Yes, I believe that.
There are some other locations like in southwestern Russia, what had been southwestern Russia, in the Slams, Pakistan and Kazakhstan. That's all part of that same valley. That same valley. It's actually the Indus River is what goes up into that area.
Okay. Well, he wanted to do, but that I didn't want to do that. He wanted to sell it. He took it to a lab, I think, in Portland. I'm not sure. And he all of a sudden decided that I was going to sit up there in that little trailer and just talk to water, and he was going to get rich, you know. Crazy man. So you take your fancy water and go.
I can't blame him for trying.
That's true. But I wasn't going to read all that contract and sign it. I mean, sign my life away to sit there and do water for him. That was crazy. I didn't even care for the man that much. He was kind of rude. So, but yeah, I'll be able to multiply it.
Transmute it and purify it. Remarkable.
Yeah.
How about, and what this tells me is that it may not be universal, but native spiritual elders on this continent, at least the ones that I'm encountering, 20 years ago, the focus was on building bridges between, you know, being rainbow people, right?
Right.
And reaching out with tribal wisdom.
I tried.
To try and help people. My friend Sun Bear was part of that. You know, he
Which one?
Sun Bear,
Washington.
the Chippewa.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Neat guy, except well.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
He probably tried to hit on you or something.
Yeah. No, not me. Not me. I have an energy about me. But he was pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually brought him to California.
Okay.
To do some of the very first native sweat lodges that were done there, and we became very good friends. And he was teaching the secret of the plants and the herbs, and you know how to identify things walking through the forest that you could eat or what you should definitely avoid and things like that. But I've seen a shift over the last 30 years, and what I'm hearing consistently now is not that basically it's too late to reach out and try and get, you know, members of Western society to learn the earth wisdom and stewardship, and now it's more of a question of how do we survive what's coming.
Right. That's true.
Is that true?
We tried.
Okay.
But they have a shallow understanding of what you're trying to teach them. Their world is so different, they can't get it in depth. They really can't. Some, very